Hi, professional. Here we are with one more episode of Life of a Sales Professionals. Basically, in this topic, we will cover that what are the basic requirements, why one person should choose the sales as his profession, and then step by step how he can improve his career in the sales field, and what are the changing trends in the market, and so on. So once again, welcome. My name is Liaquat Ali. I am founder of NAVAFIZ, and and we used to have this YouTube channel sessions with different aspects. So with the same series, in the last session we had life of a digital marketing professional, and then before we had life of a accountant, that how the life of a daily routine of an accountant moves on. And today we have very expert panel. We have Miss Fiza Fatma with us. She is she is very talented, and it's our honor. Welcome, Fiza.
Thank you, Liaquat bhai. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. Fiza, can you have can we have your short introduction for the audience? So then
Yes.
we will go to our next panel.
Well, everybody knows me already through NAVAFIZ, but apart from that, I am from a marketing professional, and currently I am the HOD of marketing and operations, and I'm working for an education sector right now. And I have been into the field of marketing for over 10 years, specifically in UAE. And I have been doing a lot of career advising these days with NAVAFIZ. And that's all. I think so. That's good enough.
Right, good enough. Once again, welcome.
Thank you, Liaquat bhai.
Then we have with us Mr. Muhammad Arafat. Hi, Arafat, welcome. I think we have some
Thank you, Mr.
connect.
Liaquat. How are you?
Good. Alhamdulillah. Arafat, can we have just your short introduction for our audience, so they will let know about you.
Yeah, of course. Actually, I am a part of NAVAFIZ also as Ms. Fiza. Adding to that, I am a sales manager for last 18 years in UAE. I was handling like the internal and external sales management for the staff, giving them the direction and training, which I will share some of the tactics today with the audience, with us. This is in general about me, like 18 years in the sales department.
Right, excellent. Then with Mr. Shahid with us. Hi, Shahid.
Hi, good evening to everybody. Namaskar, Assalamu Alaikum. My name is Muhammad Shahid. I'm MD Marketing, and I have more or less more than 12 years of experience in UAE, Saudi Arabia, GCC, and mainly in furniture sector, body furniture, office furniture, and other sector. Previously, I worked in Pakistan in pharmaceutical field for more than 3 years, and I happen to manage the teams, indoor, outdoor. I have to cover GCC sector as a whole from when I was based in Saudi Arabia and UAE also. And I love to share knowledge, and that's why I'm here. And I'm also part of NAVAFIZ since last 2 years, more than 1.5 years.
Right, welcome everyone. And now to start with our topic. So I will be going with the very basic and very first question, that mainly which will help we can say newcomers or students or those who are thinking to choose their career. Uh, why someone should choose sales as his profession, live his whole life as a sales person, and how they can gradually grow also, that we will be discussing in the coming up. So I will go to Shahid first. Shahid, what's your thought about this? That why a person should say choose sales as a profession?
Well, it depends upon your personality, I must say, in the beginning. I mean, if you're a person with good energy, if you are enthusiastic, if you are aggressive, and if you have a go-getter attitude, you are extrovert, uh, you love to meet new people, you have an outgoing personality, and you want to visit new places, and you love to make networking, and you talk a lot. I mean, then, and you want to earn, of course. I mean, if you want to earn a good money, handsome money, and in the future, if you want to be owner of any company, because if you check the company's owners, they are mostly from the sales sector, right? So sales would be the best profession for you.
Excellent,
And saving
excellent
time.
point. And your answer has made me excited also. I want to switch my profession from engineering to sales. So I will ask the same question
Yeah, you
from
can do
Arafat
that, but
also.
you better think that you should jump to as an
Yeah,
owner of a company, then you can do sales.
Correct. So moving on, Arafat,
I
I will
have
ask
like a little bit
same question
vision.
from you. Yeah, please,
Yeah,
Arafat, same
I
question from
believe that
you.
every
Why
person,
did you choose sales as a profession? Yeah, please.
sure. In fact, I believe every person, whatever your career is, you had to have a sales skills. I will give you an examples. For example, you are an engineer. How you will convince your customer or your manager about your work? You have to have little of the sales skills. Even if you are a doctor, when you are making the meeting with the patient, you have to tell him what he have in some sales skills to let him have, not let him panic, and to give him the correct way. Also, if you are a pharmacist, if you are an engineer or whatever, everyone need to have the sales skills. The difference between the salesperson and every other person, that the salesperson must have the challenge in his personality, which mean sometimes you are selling products or services you are not believing in it, but the best thing how to sell that product or service, even if you are not believing in that service or product, in the perfect way without fooling the customer. So for that, you have to be like getting some sales skills, being having some challenging personality. Uh, Depending on that, you can choose the sales. Not everyone can choose the sales, but everyone must have the sales skills.
Right. Excellent. Excellent. And same question. I will be moving on to Fiza. What's your take on?
Hi, all, once again. I think, Liaquat, by the end of this session, everybody would want to switch their profession to becoming a sales profession or a sales concern. But I would second my thought to both Arafat and Mr. Shahid as well. If any person is trying to unleash their own true self or break their own potential, or challenge, put themselves in a very challenging position and still achieve what they have actually thought of or dreamt of, I think they should choose sales as their profession. Even if they don't have the skills, they should try to learn over time, or try to inbuild. Some people already have skills like communication skills or negotiating skills built in themselves, but they should use it in a way that they could utilize it in sales or in sales department or wherever they are working in any organization. Like Arafat said, they should have that sales skills. Even if you are into any other profession, not necessarily that you need to be a salesperson to have sales skills. Even if you're in any profession, you need to have some sort of skills. But basically, for me, I would just put it in one line over here, that if you are someone who is trying to break through your own potential, I think sales would be your profession, because it will put you into a challenging situation and you have no other option other than just facing it, and you might learn something about yourself. You might explore something good in yourself that would help you to grow in future. So sales.
Right, excellent. So what I got and what I used to believe even before also, that I used to say that communication is the king of all skills.
True.
And now I have just going to add that
That's true.
sales is the king of all professions. So that's
That's
something
true also.
that's some new thought which I got, and even I start believing it also, because whatever is your profession, you are a salesman.
Yes.
Even if you are a teacher, you are a
That's
doctor,
true.
you whatever is your field, and if you are a good salesman, even if you are a politician, you are a salesman.
Absolutely, yes.
Right?
That's true.
So
That's
so
absolutely right.
the
That's absolutely right.
right. Right. So we will be moving on our next question. I would request Fiza to put light on that. That
Yes.
basically, okay, someone has decided to step in, and now he is here in the sales field.
Yes.
So, what is the importance of knowing yourself and knowing your brand to create an impact?
This is the very most important and crucial step once you are into this department. Anyone, be it from sales and marketing, basically, Liaquat, you know that I'm from a marketing profession, but sales is a part of our job as well in a way, because we help salespeople to promote or sell the product. And over here, why I use this term know yourself and know your brand is because as a person you need to know what are your true skills, where you are lacking. You need to know what you're good at, and you need to do your self analysis. Like we have SWOT analysis on our page on NAVAFIZ. Similarly, you need to do a SWOT analysis for your own self. You'll know about your personality. You'll know what are you good at basically, and at the same time you would know you would want to know about your brand, because if you don't know about your brand, there are hardly any chances you would be actually be able to sell it out. Because as you know, if I'm coming to sell anything to you, the first thing you would ask me is about my product, about my brand, where it is from, when was my company established, what are the other products, what are the facilities, what are the other services, after sales services. So a lot of questions will just come back to you. So it's better to do your homework, which I always say to my team members as well. Learn about your products, know about your brand completely from in and out, even if it is the name of the CEO that you need to know, the year the company was established, how this brand came into picture, where are the locations, what are your facilities, how are what are the operation procedures, is when you will be able to convince your client to buy your product. Anybody can go out and sell, but why do they have to choose your product is basically what you need to answer. And if you don't know about yourself and you don't know about your brand, then it becomes a task for you to sell any product. And at the end of the day, this is what your manager is going to ask: where are the reports, what are the results? I have given you everything. I have given you your sales tools, your marketing tools, I have given you the funds that you require, petrol expenses, etc., etc., whatever you needed, but where are the results? And you have nothing to say, because probably you are not able to market or sell your product only because you don't know yourself or you don't know your brand. 100% or more than 100% chances are there, if you know everything about your company or your services or products, there are chances that you can convince your client to buy your product. And this is the best way you could sell. If you don't know about your product yourself, you'll never be able to sell anything. So know yourself completely. Wherever you are lacking, learn, excel yourself in those skills. Like try to learn whatever wherever you are lacking, and then know about your brand thoroughly. Do your homework before you go to any other company. Know about their brand as well, know about their company too, because you will need to talk about how and where they are lacking as well, or what are the facilities they don't provide and you need to provide. So you are already doing a lot of homework, so do that and then visit any company or any firm, and I'm sure you will crack the deal. That's all.
Right, right. Good. Arafat, would you like to add some points on this know yourself and know your brand, whatever Fiza has explained, if you want to add something?
That's yeah. Actually, she covered most of the topics in her speech. One of the most important things it is to know your company and to know your competitors in the same time. I will tell you something. Most of the salespeople, they are the first thing they are complaining directly about the prices. Without, for example, if I will sell, let's say this mobile phone, the salesman directly will say, "Oh, it is expensive. How we can sell to the customers?" The first thing you need to know as a salesman, what is your, for example, what is your product, what the strength of your product and the company, and what the weaknesses in the competitors. So you have to expose your strength, and in the same time using the weaknesses which you know about your competitors. Depending on that, you will understand the mentality of the customer and you will reach his heart, because most of the people, they are buying like for self satisfaction. Why you are buying home, for example? Why you are buying a car? Why you are buying a phone? It is a making sense. You need to understand your customer. Depending on that, you can explain to him very well what he will need, what you, not what you want to tell him. You have to tell him what he want to know. This is in
Right.
general, actually.
Excellent, excellent. And Shahid, I would just like to ask if you have a few words to add on this know yourself, know whatever Fiza and Arafat has added. Any point from your side on this point? Your mic is mute, Shahid. Your mic is mute.
My apologies. My apologies.
Yeah.
Actually, already have covered the maximum points. Uh, if you know, if you have a good product knowledge, that gives you confidence, and it will help you explore the need of the customer. When you explore the need of the customer, you can pitch your product, or in the mind of the customer, this product is going to satisfy your need, right? And definitely the pros and cons, as Mr. Arafat mentioned, the pluses of your product, and the weaknesses and the minus of the competitors. You can mention it, and you can play with your customer during conversation. Not play, I mean, you can educate him accordingly. Right? So that's
Yeah.
very true.
Excellent, excellent. We have some comment. Wasim Khan is saying, I have a question. Can I ask?
Sure.
Yes, Wasim, sure. You feel free to ask. You can type your question, and or if you want to join the screen or ask your question while coming on the screen, you can WhatsApp me. I will share you the broadcast link so you can come live also. But in a simple way, you can just type your question in the YouTube comment section, and we will get back to you. Then we have Abdul Hassan Laskar. Assalamu alaikum, Liaquat Ali sir, and all dignities. Walaikum salam, and thank you very much. Okay, moving on. Basically, Fiza has some time shortage. So before we go move to other questions, I'm just going to ask the last question from Fiza, and then I will move on to uh, Arafat and Shahid for their topics. So uh, Fiza, once again, thanks for giving time from your busy schedule. But if we talk about the your message for the sales professionals, uh, what would you say?
The very first, I'm sure Shayad and Arafat have a lot for y'all. So please do listen to them carefully and watch this live program till the end so you can grasp the more out of it. And I'm sure they are going to cover a lot of topics for y'all. So, but basically, because I have to leave and I apologize for that, what I would want everyone to do is basically, because you're from a sales background or you're going to choose sales as your profession, you all should have good product knowledge. You should try to learn a lot of strategic prospective sales skills. So I am sure Mr. Shahid or Arafat would be able to cover on that. Try to build a good rapport or a good connection with people who you speak to, or even if you are meeting them on the road or on the call, and try to enhance your buying and selling negotiations. So we are also like buyers, and wherever we go, we try to see people how they sell their product. I would want to give you an example here. Recently I was really hungry and I wanted to eat something, and I called the cafe down and I asked them if I could have pasta. And I did not ask them like tell them like ask them anything about it actually, but they actually sold that product to me, saying that this is the best pasta sold in town, like in that area. And they were damn sure that I would never be able to taste such a pasta ever, and they are ready to refund the amount if I don't like it. So they used, and they are just a cafe people, they are just from cafes. If they can have such skills while buying or while selling their product, then I as a profession need to have enhanced and excellent skills in selling my product. So I need to learn from people as well and see how they are using techniques or what type of tactics they're using, which is also going to be covered in this session. Apart from that, you need to be an active listener. Try to listen more and speak less before you could talk or communicate your point of view to your clients. Listen as much as you can, because only after you finish listening you can give them your advice or your guidance from your products. You need to be a good communicator, because after listening you need to communicate. So try to enhance or learn a lot of uh, communication skills, be it via computers or via writing, oral, verbal. That will also be covered in this session. The very most important thing over here that you need to know is try to do need analysis. Need analysis here not only tells you what, when, how, why your customer needs a product. So once you do a need analysis, you know all the answers to your questions, and this will help you to sell your product. Sales profession will help you a lot, again, like I said in the beginning, in your time management, and it will put you into a challenging position where you can unleash your own true potentials and explore the most of your skills. And last but not the least, as a sales profession, try to have a good opening and a closing end. You should always know how to greet your customer, and you should always know how to close your calls as well. At the same time, trying to maintain a good and healthy relationship with your customers. And I'm sure with all these things, you will be able to prove yourself as a good sales professional, and plus, you will be able to grow in your career too. That's all. Thank you, Liaquat.
Excellent, Fiza. And once again, thank you very much. And from your points, I'm just connecting things with each other. And I feel that we need to have another session with implementing the sales technique on job hunt. Because
Okay,
when you are in a job hunt phase, basically you are also selling yourself. So,
correct,
so we will find out that which sales technique you need to apply on your job hunt strategy. So, so,
correct.
so we will plan for another session. And once again, thank you very much, Fiza. Would you like to say anything to Fiza, because Fiza is leaving? Shahid, any point you want to say goodbye to Fiza or something?
Maybe we will miss her in the session, but I have taken her key points and I will share them on the screen, dedicating to her. Right.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, Fiza, just
That's
try
great.
if you can join later. We
Sure,
will. I'm expecting the session will go next half an hour.
sure.
So,
At the
so
closing
if you
remarks,
are,
yeah,
yeah,
that would be great.
if possible, because we are expecting some questions from the audience also. So maybe
Sure.
it will add up value.
Great.
Thank
All the
you.
best to Arafat and Mr. Shahid to take the show ahead. And same to you, Mr. Liaquat.
Thank you very
See you
much.
all soon again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Same to you.
Okay,
Thank
so
you. Bye bye.
moving on, we have next big question from Arafat, and it's a kind of big topic. but he will try to cover it in short. So, sale, when we talk about sales and seven-step sales cycle. So, Arafat, what's your point on that?
In fact, the sales cycles, we will talk till about what Fiza mentioned. Like we have to understand that the sales, it have like two sections. Business to business, which it is between the companies when they are dealing with companies, and business to customer. For example, in the showrooms. In the showrooms, what was Fiza mentioning, it is the technique which the salesman need to understand or to adapt when he's dealing with the customer face to face, like greeting the customer, giving the information about the product, and closing the deal, and how to manage objection from the customer during that. In the business to business section, it is a little different because there is a sales cycle in that. It will be much longer than closing in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So to understand the sales cycles in the business to business, we need to know the definition of the sales cycle. In fact, it is the process that the companies doing when they are selling the product to the customer. And it is including all the activities association with the closing the sales. And it is measuring the average amount of the time between when the opportunity or the deal is created and when it is closed. So creating the opportunity and closing the opportunity, it is the time between this and this, it is the sales cycle. We can calculate very easily, actually. I will explain later how to calculate it. So one of the most important question, why understanding and knowing the sales cycle, to understand what the importance of the cycle, because actually it is keeping the track how many business deal you are closing in the specific time. For example, depending on that, you can know you are doing business in the fast way, which will put you in the competition with the other competitors, or doing the business in very slow way, which make you behind the competitors, which will affect your business in the future, for example, for sure. So the sales cycle, I believe it is coming from 7 steps. The first one, I will mention each cycle, and depending on that, we'll give some explanation. For example, the sales prospecting. It is the time when you are starting collecting the information about the customer. You can use many things, like, for example, LinkedIn, the social media in general, emails, and the personal referrals, and many things like that. Depending on that, you will have the data of the customers, which will make you understand that you have a huge data. Depending on that, you will make the content, which contact. You will contact each one of these prospecting clients or customers. You need to understand most of these customers will not reply to you back, but few of them will interact with you. Depending on that, this is the step of qualifying the lead, that understanding that there is some interaction between you and the customer. Once you qualifying the lead, you will go to the step number 4, which it is nurturing the lead or guiding the lead, to tell him about your product in general, to take his attention toward your product or service. Depending on that, you will go to the next step, which is making an offer, creating an offer product, including information and all the service information, add that to the price of the product or the service, and give it to the customer or to your client. Of course, many times you will receive some objections from the customer, which we are calling handling of the objections, handling the objections of the client customer. You need to understand that when you make the offer, like making the questions and answering.
Let me help you over here.
Like to understand what questions you will receive from the client or the customer. Depending on that, you will know.
Arafat, sorry to interrupt you. Your voice is not coming clear from last actually approximately 1 minute. So we need to see if the quality of the sound
in
is
the
good
pressure
enough.
of giving.
Yeah, it's
Are you
fine.
okay? I mean,
Yeah, now it's okay. Please carry on. Yes, Arafat.
Hello.
Can you go back with the step 4?
So
step
it is now clear.
Can you please go to step 4 and then?
So from where I have to go back, because you told me from 1 minute, so I believe it will be
prospecting. I guess from the very beginning you were on prospecting, right?
Yeah, nurturing. Perfect. So step 4, it is nurturing the lead, which means
prospecting,
the lead.
right?
How to guide the lead? In fact, no, the prospecting actually it is the first step. Prospecting, it is collecting the data.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to start from the beginning, you mean?
Yeah, in prospecting actually. Okay. I will.
So let's say step number 1, just to be clear from the beginning, the sales prospecting.
Yes, summarize it.
The sales prospecting. It is the process to find and reaching out the potential customer for your business. How to find the leads or the prospecting? You can buy the lead from lead lists from companies who's selling data, or browsing LinkedIn and collect customer, like as giving you a referral and so on. So once you have this big data of prospecting clients or customers, you can start with the second step, which is the making the contact. You have data, it is the time to contact this data by sending them emails or to calling them, the cold calls, for example. Once you make the emails, cold calls, depending on that, you can be in the third step, which is qualifying the lead. Depending on the calls and the emails, and the reaction from the customer or the lead, you can qualify the customer. He's interested, he is not interested in this product or service under his intention, or there is no interested interested at all from the customer. Depending on that, you can go to the step number 4, which it is nurturing the lead. Nurturing the lead, it is guiding the lead. Once you have like a communication go and back between you and the customer, you will understand the customer need. Depending on that, you can guide him to your product by giving him the full information about the product, which it is a step number 5, actually, making the offer. Because once you're making the offer, you are giving the lead or the customer the full information about your product or service. Adding to that, you are giving him the price.
Detailing about your product to the customer in the right way, and it involves like call, if I can add up, like opening the call, then detailing about the product, then objection handling comes over there, and then you close the conversation or discussion on that call. And if you will explore your client, I mean the customer or prospect, because he will provide prospect in the beginning, that if he is interested in your product, if your product is satisfying his need, then we will go for the closing. I guess this is what you were heading towards.
That's true. I will give you an example who is doing that, and maybe I believe in daily basis you are receiving calls from them. The trading company, the forex trading companies, they are calling you. They are not knowing you at all. Maybe you didn't even give them your mobile phone number, but they are having this big information or big leads. They are calling you, giving you a brief about the company and the forex trading, and depending on that, once you start objecting that you are not interesting, they will give you like a tricky questions. For example, you don't like to have money, so they will attract your attention. Depending on that, they will go
That
to the
is
next
called
step, which is
close-ended
the handling
question,
the objection and
which
closing the
they
deal.
want to drive you in their own way. Close-ended question, yeah.
Yeah, correct.
In fact,
correct.
you need to understand that as a salespeople, when we had like, for example, when we are like dealing with a product or service, we do like a sales management. We do like a questions and answer trial to understand what the customer maybe he will ask you. Depending on that, you will have like idle answer, sample answers. Every salesman have as a sample answers for questions, common questions which customer maybe will ask for that product or service. So be sure that 99% of the questions you will ask the salesman, he have the answers before you are asking them. It is a science,
because it's all about
the sales.
communication.
That's true. That's true. The eye contacts, the what we call the business communication. But the body language, it is it is the part of the salesperson. You cannot say this is a salesman or a sales manager, and he have no body language knowledge.
Yeah, of course. I will be discussing this after this question.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So this is the 7 steps of the sales cycles. Actually, in fact, I have it like written in one paper. I don't know, Mr. Layakut, if we can share it with our audience.
Yeah, sure. If you can WhatsApp
here
me,
online, or we
can display on the screen. If you just send me by WhatsApp, I will show on the screen.
Okay.
I can show on the screen right now.
Perfect. I will.
If you allow me, I will try to add a couple of things more. I mean, the customer is more interested about 3 things, like the good product, timely delivery, and good price. And there is after delivery, there's after sales services are there if there is guarantee or warranty is there. And please don't miss to ask for the referrals. I mean, your satisfied customer can give you many references for your future upcoming customers, prospects, which can turn into customers. Yeah, please.
Right. So meanwhile, we get the slide from Arafat. I would like to go with the questions from the audience. We have one question from it's a kind of tough question from Abdul Hassan Laskar. Given the pandemic situation, how according to you sales and marketing activity has been impacted, and what is your suggestion that how to deal this situation? So Shahid, what's your point of view about this?
Previously, actually, a couple of days back, or maybe last week, I was studying an article from Gulf Talent, I guess, and they mentioned that there are more than 72% marketing people, they were laid off in April, and amongst them, along with them, 60% of salespeople. Right. So here I would, So And in one of our session, if you remember, Mr. Liaquat, I told that this is the bend of the road, not the end of the road. When you took me
Yeah,
online, right? So
right.
this bend of the road is going to be over. Maybe I don't know if the second phase of pandemic comes or not. But as I told you, for sales and marketing people, they are enthusiastic and aggressive people. They are not giving up easily, because if you don't have this persistency and consistency in your blood, in your profile, then you can't be I'm sorry to say, I won't believe, if I don't have these qualities in me, I won't be a good sales professional. Although yes, the things are moving to it's digitalizing. I mean, the things are moving to on the internet now, so you can add up your skills in like digital marketing or digital sales and marketing, social media network. You can use these platforms to, I mean, you should have a combination of direct sales and direct marketing and with the online. And definitely we have to wait for a better time to come, because things will not change overnight. The market is going to reshape, and it will take like more than 4 or next year. I mean, definitely there will be some things will be clear. The mist will be clear. Yes, Mr. Liaquat and Arafat,
Yeah,
on my side.
yeah. Arafat, would you like to add some point related to the question from Lasker before we go to the slide? Uh, Lasker is asking the current pandemic situation impact on the sales and marketing, and what is the way forward, or what is the way to improve, or what is the way to survive in this cycle? I believe we have some continuity issue with Arafat. So moving on to next, we have comment from Amna Hussain. Approach each customer people with the idea of helping. Great initiative. This is one of the great point which Amna has shared, that if you are in the sales and you are going to a customer and you're not attacking him, or you are not trying to deceive him, or you are not just trying to sell your product, you are basically trying to help him.
Yeah,
Would you like to add this something on this, Shahid?
yeah, it's like 50-50. I mean, in some cases, okay, you pretend like this. I mean, only if you have, I mean, a product which is suitable for him and at a good price. Otherwise, if you, I mean, if your product has it's a like niche product, or it's a high value, high price product, you cannot pretend that you are helping him, because you are telling the price which is much more than your competitor. And your customer is a customer, your client is a client. Don't make friendship with him, because when friendship, I mean, strong kind of friendships, when friendship starts, then the problem arises. This is a very technical point, and you have a very important, because when your friendship starts, you start expecting more sales from that particular client or customer. On the other hand, he might not have this much of budget, or might not requirement. He might not require your product that much, right? So that will be problem for both of the sides. But in Urdu we says that घोड़ा घास से दोस्ती करेगा तो खाएगा क्या, right? So and the customer will start expecting much lower price than the previous one. That could create a problem, and maybe other favors as well. Some gifts or some, I mean, in some cases they can ask for favors, like for some outing or some gifts, or I mean, the detail is very long.
Yeah, right. So moving on, before we go to slide which was shared by Arafat, we have a comment from Mr. Kamar Malik. Great talk, friends. I have a question. How important is digital marketing in coming days? So this question itself is connected with another question which was given by Lasker, that what is the impact of pandemic on the current situation in the sales and marketing, and what is the way forward. So as per my understanding, yes, digital marketing is one of the way forward, and one of the big impact on current sales and marketing field. But I would like to hear if Arafat want to add some points on that. Uh,
Yeah,
Arafat, are you?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the digital marketing, not hello,
Yes, yes,
Yeah, we can hear you.
hello.
yes.
Okay.
Please carry on.
In fact, the digital marketing, it is not only these days after the pandemic, it is booming. If you are following the digital marketing expanding in the last 10 years, you will find the expanding or the booming on the digital marketing. It is like 100%, 200% each year. In fact, in 2020 or 2019, the income or the profits from the digital marketing and the online sales, it was more than $10 billion around the world. And of course, after the pandemic, it giving a great push for the digital marketing. Most of the companies right now, service companies, or if they have products, they are transforming to the electronic businesses, which mean they are giving a new gate for the customer to contact them online. And in the same time, this will maximize the marketing department work in the digital or the online way. So the digital marketing, it will be booming actually, yes, after the pandemic or in the next few days, but it is not because of the pandemic. The last few years, it was like booming and expanding.
Right. Excellent.
So
Excellent.
yeah,
Then we have a comment from Amna Hussain. Great salespeople have also deal with rejection. What should be approach to handle it? So rejection is basically a big kind of demotivational feeling, which normally those who are new into the sales field, they feel more that they tried with the 10 people and 10 have said no, so the morale goes very down. Even same is applied to the job seekers also. They are applying for the job
that's
and they
true.
are receiving the call, and then morale goes down. So 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 that failure, they used to say that the failure is actually not the failure, it's just the a path towards the success, and you have to pass through it. What's your take on, Shahid, about this rejection?
That's true.
Yesterday, maybe day before yesterday, I shared a slide on LinkedIn that sales professional, being a sales professional, my job starts when the customer says no and he need my product. Because if he need a product, he can go to the market, he can buy from anywhere. But why not my product if he need the product? So my job starts there when he says no. And if he is like, no, 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 I will not waste his time, because no means next opportunity. N-O, next opportunity. I have read somewhere that Einstein told that I'm thankful to all the people who said no to me, because then I did these things by myself. Maybe Einstein or Edison, right? And believe me, I mean, you get more skilled when you have this persistency and consistency. It develops your, and when you're dealing this rejection, because when you expand your prospects to get more sales, it increases your skills like communication skills and body language also, and it broadens your vision as well. So for me, rejection is something like a part of sales. And if you have read about this 80-20 rule, the 80% of your business comes from 20% of your clients, of your prospects, customers, right? So 80% is no. In spite of all hard work, in spite of all, I mean, all the efforts, 80% is no. That is guaranteed, right? Only 20% works, but it will cover your 80% of the sales. Here you are.
Right, right. And I just noticed one funny thing. This 80-20 rule is my favorite kind of topic, and I used to see it everywhere. And even my family life also, sometimes I feel that in your husband and wife relationship, your 20% time is good and 80% time is just
Some
rejection.
some sort of some sort of
So,
some sort of universal rule kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we already
yeah.
have passed 50 minutes, Mr. Liaquat. Yeah.
Yeah, the topic is so big, and this rejection, especially, I want to get even point from Arafat also that what's your take on this rejection? Because rejection is a is
Yes, yes.
I think we need to have
In
a
fact,
separate session,
the
especially on rejection.
that's true. That's true. Actually, I will agree 100% with what Mr. Shahid mentioned. I will add like a few steps. The rejections, once you know the reason of the rejections, you will understand how to avoid them in the next deal. So the
Yeah,
reject,
learning.
if you are a salesman, yeah, even if you are a job hunter, if you make an interview or if you make a sales deal and you get rejected, depending on the rejection, you will understand what the weaknesses or what the weak things you did, and depending on that you get rejected. So you can avoid them or you can enhance that weaknesses for the next or the next interview, for example. The 80-20 theory, actually, we do like a sales closing ratio report, depending on that theory, actually. What the closing ratio? It is to understand, this is the sales management which you are doing. This is to understand how many customer our salespeople they are meeting and how many deals they are closing. Depending on that percentage, we understand many things. First of all, we understand that the strength of the sales person, and like as a sales, what he have skills. We will understand that do we need marketing? We don't have walking, for example. Are we are in the great track, or we need some enhancement in our business to lead to attract more customers. So the closing ratio also, it is under the rejection theory of 80-20 person. So the main thing which I want to say, the rejection, it will give you the direction, like in what you failed, so you can avoid or you can enhance. So the next opportunity, you can close the deal. Simply like that.
Right.
So take it like
Excellent.
not like a weakness, take it as like a training, a free training for you.
Right, excellent. Now, before we move to the topic of prospecting and non-verbal communication, which is also a big and great topic, I would just like to share the screen so I can show the slide, which is by Rafat. Uh,
That's right.
are you able to see my screen right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this is sales cycle. Shall I scroll down? Then
yeah,
this is
you can.
about what is the
I will.
sales
People
cycle
get
importance, then sales cycle calculation, and then we have sales cycle steps.
Yeah,
So
how to calculate the sale.
yeah, so this is the slide which we are just sharing, so you can have a snapshot in case you want to uh, view the things in detail. Okay, moving on. Our next question is about the prospecting and nonverbal communication. So, Mr. Shahid, I would request you to put a line on light on that.
Yeah, if you can share the first slide of sales prospecting methods over there, because I'll try to run fast and people can grab this slide and they can understand what I mean. If you can
Okay,
share. Yeah.
this is the
Okay.
first slide. Huh?
The first slide, right? Sales prospecting methods. No. I mentioned sales prospecting methods from starting
This one.
from one.
This
Starting
one.
from one. Okay. So first of all, prospecting. I mean, to do prospecting, one should know his product as well. First of all, I mean, the product knowledge is very essential because on the basis of your product, you are going to go for prospecting. For prospecting, I used to believe like 5-finger strategy, which I discussed earlier as well, and that might be included in this numbered or in this list also. So as Mr. Arafat has discussed, we make warm calls. We take data from our past or from data providing companies as well, and referrals from your peers, from your colleagues, or out of the company colleagues, and you select a particular number of prospects and you make warm calls, right? The second is you can become a thought leader. Thought leader, yani, I mean, you can write articles, you can talk on the trade shows, you can go for blogging. This will be a like pulling strategy. I mean, you will pull audience towards you. And be a trusted source, yani, change. You are not always a salesperson. I mean, if somebody doesn't need your product, you can advise him on the basis of your experience, your knowledge. You can advise him for a particular alternative, or you can guide him as well. So, and the reference a script. I mean, you have to be natural. What if you are talking on the phone or you are meeting a client and you speak a scripted dialogue to him, and what if he throws a question at you which is not mentioned in the script or you don't have? So you have to be well prepared and be natural. You should not look like an acting kind of person or not an actor. You have to be well prepared. It should be natural flow. Don't sell. I mean, this is don't sell. Don't do the wrong selling. If your client is asking for a product which is matching with your product, but your product doesn't have all the aspects, all the qualities which is fulfilling his needs, please don't advise him or don't sell him, because you will not lose that particular sales, because okay, you will sell it, but afterward when he will realize, you could be in hot water, you could be in problem, and your company's image will be downgraded, and it means automatically you will lose that customer and its network as well. Okay, follow up. Keep the prospect in loop and follow up. Yes, follow up is very important. Don't forget it, because people go ahead and they forget, I mean, what they already have done. So prospecting, you can I mean, keep on changing the priorities. I mean, some prospects can require the utmost or the most important follow up, and you can always mention on the top, and you can play with that particular list. Follow up is very important. Use video. Okay, make your outreach by including video, provide additional content. Of course, in this pandemic, it has been proven that social media marketing, I mean, there, when you make videos about your product, or you are online most of the time, then you are like familiar with your client as well, and they can have the idea, I mean, what you are selling. Yeah, if you can move to the next slide, please, Mr. Liaka.
Yeah, just this one.
So yeah, point 8, right? Starting from 8.
Starting from
On your personal WhatsApp I have sent.
I opened all one, but just a minute. I think I missed it.
On your WhatsApp, I guess your personal WhatsApp, I guess I sent.
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Yeah, I will talk on. You can put the screen over there. On your personal contact, I have sent. Okay. Block of time for prospecting. That is very important. I mean, you have to dedicate not only. I mean, people don't take it very seriously. Normally, I mean, the freshers or but it is believed that 40% of your time is about prospecting. This is point number 8. Okay. And the 9th one is the spend time on social media. I will share the slide once again, if you can give me for a moment.
I got it. Just give me. I'm sharing the screen.
You already have. Okay, great. Okay, spend time on social media. This we already have discussed too much. Host a webinar. It's also related to social media. When you host a webinar, the people come over there to know your product, and they ask and they feel that if this product is satisfying their needs, and if this is what they are looking for, and they might have questions to ask you. And when you are giving answers to satisfactory answers to their questions, they will take you as a consultant, as a person with a good knowledge, as a thought leader. And the 11th is ask for referrals. When this is what I already mentioned, when you close a good deal with a customer, if he is happy, then ask for referrals. He can give you many references from his network, which can turn it into your prospects and later into customers and clients, and or maybe loyal customers. Okay, and the 12th is network at events. You have to go for conferences, exhibitions, meet new people, exchange your visiting cards. You can talk about your product to know other competitors' product. Okay. The 3rd is there is a spelling mistake also. Answer questions on QA forums. This is what we are doing right now, right? And get involved on Twitter chats. So this is once again to the social media marketing, digital marketing. So if I cut it short, I mean, so this digital media marketing is turning out to be very important. So anybody who is interested to have sales prospecting methods, he can catch up these 2 slides from my LinkedIn as well, from my profile. I have shared over there, and from this program as well. Yes, sir.
Excellent. Arafat, would you like to add some points? What Shahid has explained? Anything you want to add up in this?
I believe he covered everything. I will only like to just give some explanation about the non-verbal communication, the body language. As a salespeople, for example, at the first step, it is the handshaking and the warm welcoming to the customer. How you can do that? It is not by hugging him. Maybe you are meeting a female, for example. You cannot hug a female, especially in Gulf region. But the friendly speech with the customer, adding to that, listening to the customer more than speaking with them. Like, listen to your customer and agree with everything by like face shaking like that, by giving him the agreed, like what he's saying the truth. Don't tell him no at all. Then don't tell him no, just correct him. Don't tell him no, that's wrong. Yes, but our product so and so. Simply like that. Don't tell him no, it is not working like that. Tell him yes, but our product, it is so and so. Like agreeing with the customer. Let him be familiar with you. Like make the conversation is friendly. He will feel happy and satisfied. Use your hands when you are talking. Not too much, but like to express yourself. Put your eyes in his eyes communication. This is the body language. It is so easy to understand the customer. Don't show him that you are feeling bored by putting your hands, for example, in your pockets. And don't be like, for example, very tension with the customer. Be friendly with him. Be in your nature. Like speak. Listen to him. Like you are sitting with your friend. Simply like that.
Right,
So
right.
I believe the body
Excellent.
language, if we will explain it, it is a huge domain to explain the body language. When I was doing the training for our salespeople, I was standing and telling them how to do the body language like face to face, like training on each other. Because I gave in video like that, a little difficult to show the audience how they have to deal with the customers, even in interview, even if you are a doctor, even you have how to deal with your patient. If you are a pharmacist, how you deal with the customer who's coming to your pharmacy to buy a medicine. If you are engineer, how to deal with your employee, the staff, everything. The body language, it is everything. It is the core of the sales techniques, we can say.
Yeah, perfect.
And that's it. I don't know if you have
Absolutely.
to add anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really the great one, the great excellent points from your side. And even I am thinking that this body language and even this prospecting also is somehow directly linked with even job hunt process also. That you need to focus
True.
on each
That's
and
true.
everything. Handshaking, sure.
That's true.
Nowadays, even handshaking is also a no. Even
Of
I
course.
face
Yes.
this situation today itself because some people nowadays also try to shake hand. So now now the scenarios and terms and conditions are also changed. Uh, and even I get confused
That's
also
true.
because I don't want to shake hand and the other person wants to shake hand. But somehow I choose to shake hand and then I used to go to sanitize again. So that's
Mm.
what
You can go
I
for namaskar also. You can
yeah.
go for
But
namaskar, right?
yeah, but if the other person has already raised his hand,
Yeah,
and if
it
I
is a
am
good
saying
solution
namaskar,
also.
that will be kind of insult. So I just prefer okay, let's shake hand, but then uh, care for ourselves also. Right. So Shahid,
That's
now do we need to go to third slide
Yeah, just for a
or
while.
yeah? Okay. Okay. So I will be sharing the
So,
screen one more, so I
once more,
can
yeah, just for a while.
this one.
I will try to cut it short
Yeah.
because people can. It's a very comprehensive slide, and the viewers, you can get the idea. I mean, from it you can go through that. The communication is not only completed when. I mean, if you say something when the speaker is saying something and the responder, if he doesn't respond, well, the communication is not completed. So the responder or the listener, he will respond with maybe verbally or maybe with the actions. So it depends upon the situations. As Mr. Arafat told, it's sometimes very complicated. But if you have a good observation, if you have a sharp observation, and if you are a good observer, and if you pay a little bit attention, little more attention, then it will work out. About from the eye contacts when you're talking with your client or with your listener or the person, with eyeball to eyeball, and if he is shying or if he's trying to delay or his body is like he using his shoulders down. I have shared one more slide with you, Mr. Liaquat. You can just put it and you can, I mean, after that, you can remove it. I mean, it would be helpful for the viewers also, and they can go my LinkedIn profile. These slides are all available over there. But right now, I will explain this, that the communication is not only with the uh, verbally or in written, but the body language is it's of utmost importance, because sometimes someone is telling you something, but he pretends that he has guided you somewhere else, but his body language is telling the difference. So because we can have control on our words, we cannot sometimes, and most of the time, we don't have control on our face expressions, body language. So you have to practice this body language, non-verbal communication by yourself. I can give a good example if
yeah.
the time allows me on a lighter mode, because when you propose someone, and when you are telling any lady, I mean, I'm a male, I will talk about lady, and if you tell, and the immediately the expression coming on the face of that particular lady, I mean, on the girl, it will tell you all the story. I mean, if it is yes or no, whether she can shy and she can postpone, or maybe. So that is same is the case with your client or with your prospect. I gave you the best example. I mean, cut it short. So
Right.
and the body language side is one is there. Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
You can
that has some
continue for a
downloading
while.
issue. So I think we can move on. Yeah, we can move on because
Yeah.
that has some downloading issue. Next was trending technology and courses and certificates and skills in the field of sales. So, Arafat, what's your take on that? You,
In fact, I can advise our audiences to take like online courses. No need to go to the institutes and taking like certificates. If you have, for example, your bachelor degree and some certificates like ICDL or computer certificates, it is enough. No need to make your CV full with courses online, with courses from an institute. But use LinkedIn. They have like online courses. Maybe it was like paid, but few days before they went like a 12 course for free. You can join them. It will be for sales, for strategy, and for example, the body language. This is the most important courses you need to take. I have no specific names of the courses because, for example, in myself, I have the CBB and ICDL and the VAT, value add tax, which it is important for my career. But I'm educating myself. I'm talking about myself right now. So people can join me or use what I am doing, or they can use other way. What I am doing, I am reading. I am going online. For example, Allison website, where they have the free courses. They're giving free courses in everything: computers, sales, strategy, administration, management, whatever you wish. Take online courses, enhance your knowledge, enhance your potential. This is my advice. I don't know, Mr. Shahid, maybe have no knowledge about the certificates and the courses.
yes, Shahid, over to you.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with Mr. Arafat. You have to keep yourself updated with your particular field. The particular courses, what I believe, sales. I myself define, and many people agrees with that, that sales is an art which can sell science, which can sell engineering. I mean, it can sell science. So sales in an art, and you don't learn art by doing some course. I mean, it's your observation, it's your urge.
Yeah.
I mean, your insight first. So you keep on learning with that. So there is no specific. I mean, you can have, of course, I mean, MBA degree or BBA or this kind of. But right now, nowadays, I mean, as we already have discussed, and we are convinced that there should be something for social media marketing. You should be skilled for or digital marketing, and as is also recommended me, and we agreed that search engine optimization, you should know about that, and CRM, customer relationship management, you should know. I have heard the Zofo and also Salesforce, right? Salesforce and Zofo, and I mean, you can go some kind of because they are very helpful and they are very productive, because once you're working on a particular client and the worker or the sales guy, if he leaves the company, the data, it normally moves with him. But now companies, they have put CRM over there, and it's not that much easy to use. You have to be very careful. IT skills you have to develop, like PowerPoint. I mean, simple. What I'm saying, I'm not saying that you should go for Adobe Photoshop or or Revit architecture or AutoCAD. I mean, it depends upon your field. So your field will define what kind of soft skills you should go for, soft and hard skills you should go for. And complement to Fiza, she mentioned that there is ICDL, which is called International Computer Driving License. It's computer driving license, not car driving license, please. It's issued by USA, and it includes all MS Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and computer activities all. And for European, it is called ECDL, and the UA related is ICDL. There are courses over there. So from my side, that is enough, because okay, I'll give you my example, because I'm selling furniture. So
I really like this ICD idea with that international computer driving license, and I just another funny thought came in my mind. They used to say that people are using Facebook blindly. They don't know how to use Facebook. They are using Facebook for everything. So there should be a license. That they should have a license to use Facebook, then so that they will use properly.
If you are eligible for that, or it will make you. And there was one thing I forgot maybe. So what I was mentioning, that I am into project sales and furniture sector and turnkey projects. So we come across to deal with AutoCAD and mainly. So I learned the basics, because I should know what is the drawing and what all the stuff. So, and I also did Revit architecture, which gives you 3D also, and you can go for a 3D. Courses also. I mean, if you're related to that particular. I mean, you are in sales, so you have your product line or your product will define that what kind of soft or hard skills you should develop. Apart from communication,
so it may will go back to know yourself and know your brand. That when you are knowing your brand, your skills should move towards the relevance of your brand. So it might be that AutoCAD is relevant to you, correct. Excellent.
Yes.
Now moving on to the one more big question, which is the reason of most of the rejection, or most of the reason from recruiters to say no to you. Maybe they are using it genuinely, or they are using it to just as a cover. That when you apply, they say you don't have UAE experience. So is it really something, or what are the key factors or differences between UAE sales market and any other area sales market? I would like to ask from Shahid, and then I will move on to Arafat. Yes, Shahid.
Yeah, the UAE market is a bit different as compared to home market and other market, because I worked in Saudi Arabia as well, and I was covering other GCC countries as well. They are very specific. They want a profile which is apple to apple and orange to orange. If somebody is trying to sell oranges and he previously was selling apple, and the interview will ask, how would you sell apple? You already orange, because you were selling apples before. I mean, this is strange behavior. I don't know. I mean, what is the particular reason? Maybe they say we don't want to lose time. We want the person to come and start working very next day on a particular and specific day. And this vacancy, they keep on vacant for many, many months. This is a strange behavior. So this is a big difference between our home country market and a UAE market. The other thing is, the points which I would tell you on the fingertips, and you should have a better communication. You should know the different cultures. You must be very flexible. You should have a better understanding of different cultures, and you're with flexible attitude. And what else? I can mention over here. These are the major.
Understanding the culture is also one of the important.
Culture is very important, especially the people over here they are more formal as compared to our home country or other countries, because this is a more than 120 countries people are living over here. They are more formal, and they are more punctual. If you mean yes, then you have to do that. You have to abide by your words. You have to complete. I mean, act accordingly. If you make any promise, if you break, you will not get a second chance. And especially when you are dealing with Arabs, they are very formal, right? And there are some other nationalities as well. So that is the main. These are the main points which I observed over here.
Right, Arafat, what do you think about this UAE experience and
Yeah.
out of UAE or other countries? So, being an Arabic,
In fact,
what's
yeah.
your
In fact,
you agree with
because
Shahid or you have some different opinion?
mostly yes, I am agreeing with Shahid, but I have a little like points because
Mhm.
because all of my experience in United Arab Emirates, so I don't have experience in other countries. Maybe I was dealing with Saudi Arabia and Qatar and Oman, but like international sales. So I am based in UAE and doing sales internationally, but I'm based in UAE. I believe once we are hiring, for example, if we talk about the experience between UAE and non-UAE, during the hiring process, why they are the HR, they are asking for UAE experience. As Mr. Shahid mentioned, for the culture, because United Arab Emirates, so they have multicultural, so they need that the employee knowing the culture, knowing the people, the society, how to deal with the people. But I believe this question or this requirement, it can be only for the mid seniority levels, not for the senior levels or the junior levels. It is not making sense to ask, for example, a junior salesman, for example, to have a UAE experience for 5 years. For what? It is a junior. It's for fresh graduate. For what? You need 5 years or 3 years UAE experience. Yes, if you are a supervisor or a team leader, in that case, yeah, I prefer to have like experience in United Arab Emirates. Why? Because you have your customer, for example, you have a data, and the other thing, you know how to deal with the different people from different cultures. If you are a very senior, you are applying for a very senior position, it is not making sense to ask him that you have to have 10 to 20 years experience in United Arab Emirates. Sometimes it is making sense in some situation, and in other situation, I believe there is no big difference for the seniors and the juniors. It is not big different, and it is not making sense questions for the mid-level positions. Yes.
Right. So with this note, I we have because of time shortage, we the topics and the question is a very big actually, but due to the time and other limitations, we are just winding up our session today. But I got much of the ideas that yes, we need to have another session with little more details and more about the detailed topics. So I would like to have some closing remarks and final message from your side, that what is your message for the people who are already in the sales field, or who are trying to join the sales field, or who are just some, might be some of the people who are get tired of the sales field, that okay, I am done, I am tired of this this field, I want to do something else, or whatever. There could be a different situations. So over to you, Arafat, your final message before we say goodbye.
Sure. For everyone he is thinking about the sales or joining the sales, or he is in the sales already, uh, as we mentioned during this video or this meeting, he need to or she to knowing himself, knowing his branding, as we mentioned, uh, being a confident about his skills, and if he feel that he have lack of the skills, just enhance online. That is the best way online, how interacting in LinkedIn, doing videos, taking online courses, enhance your skills, and be a challenger. Actually, to be a successful salesman, you need to be a challenger, which means you will face, as we mentioned, many rejections. It is not end of the world. Rejections meaning in enhancing or handling the rejection and enhancing your skills to avoid that rejection. So yes, the sales, it have a lot of pressure, the target, and so on, so on, so on, but it is a very rewarding thing. It will expand your knowledge in the market. You will expand your relationship with the people. It will give you like the understanding how to deal with everyone, even with your wife or with your mother, to handle them in the house, we can say. So the sales, it is a huge potential for everyone. I encourage everyone to if he think about like 10% to start his career or to shift his career to sales, to start on. It is a great field, actually.
Right. Excellent. Excellent. Before I take the final remarks from Shahid, we have a comment from Nestle. Nestle is one of our great motivator, we can say. If you are following her on LinkedIn, she is on YouTube also. So she's doing great appreciation and great motivation. She's kind of a having the leadership skill, so she has just motivated us by saying good words. So thank you, Nestle. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And now moving on to to Shahid. Yes, Shahid. Final remarks from your side.
Yeah, I do agree with Mr. Arafat that it's a very rewarding profession. But I must say, you should have a sales profile if you want to come to sales. If you're not giving up the things easily, if you are passionate about the things, you have enthusiasm, you have the energy, you have outgoing behavior, you are aggressive, go-getter attitude, you are an extrovert, not introvert. I mean, you want to go see new people, meet new people, and after all, I mean, above all, you want to earn good. The sales is one of the most paid jobs in the world. And don't forget, I mean, the people who are fed up from sales, and if they have saved some money, or I mean, definitely they could be a very good entrepreneur, because sales, if you are a sales professional, you automatically will learn a lot of things, as Mr. Arafat mentioned, that it will develop your personal skills, your profile, your communication, your observation. You will be observing, I mean, the people, I mean, if they are playing with you or not, whatever, right? It will increase your knowledge about I mean, demographics, and internationally also. And there are a lot of things more than that, I mean, and you could be on the screen like me if you join sales.
Right. Excellent.
Right.
Excellent. Great point. It was a great motivation also, and I got some new energy and new thoughts also. It was a great learning session. I would like to once again thank Shahid, Arafat, and Fiza. And with this
Thank you
note,
very
I
much.
would like to thank all our audience also. Thank you very much for being with us, and thanks for your interactive questions. Plus, it was very important. We need your feedback and more thoughts from you, because in general, NAVAFIZ is mainly all about you. So you are it's as they say, democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So similarly, NAVAFIZ is actually by you, for you, and it is interactive. So if you will be adding value, you will be getting the value. If you will be getting more interactive, and if you want to present yourself at screen, you think you want to share your knowledge, you think you want to be you want to improve your personal branding, NAVAFIZ platform is available for you, and we would really appreciate if you will be joining us. And we would like to have another session on this topics which are slightly touched during this session. Plus, we will touch other technical aspects also. As I said in the beginning, we had a session on life of an accountant. We had a session on life of an IT professional. We had a session on life of digital marketing. All these sessions are available on NAVAFIZ YouTube channel, and there are more episodes coming on in the coming days. So keep in touch. Take care, and bye bye.